So we just completed a 4-mile run today on Easter Sunday. Very blessed to be able to use my legs in the way that I can, and also use runs as a way to sharpen my mentality and sharpen my mind on a daily basis. But today I just want to talk about something that honestly I heard yesterday or 2 days ago from a buddy of mine, Tristan Kalina. I'm always bringing him up, but he was on a podcast and he said something so profound, and I can't remember whose ideology this is. I think it was Albert Einstein, but it is that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Compound interest. And that speaks to measures in my life. It speaks to measures in my trading career, as well as my running career. I started running journey. Started running about 2 years ago, just jumped into going to Scottsdale, Arizona and doing a half mile or half marathon with somebody that I met in Argentina. Crazy story. But after that, I was hooked. After throwing myself into that fire and running through 1,000-foot elevation in the heat of Scottsdale, Arizona, I was able to just enjoy suffering in that way, enjoy the suffering for what was to come after, because I felt so accomplished afterwards and I was addicted to it. But it didn't just come like that. I jumped into that run, but after that run, it was days and days and days of running 10-minute pace. I started at a 11-minute mile pace, then 10-minute mile pace, then 9-minute mile pace. And now I'm able to run miles at 7:30, 7:40. I can run, I think my fastest 10 miles, 7:40 pace. So that just shows that compound interest is a real thing. And it took me, I've been running for 2 years now, long distance running, and I'm just now getting to that 7:30, 7:40 pace. And it stands true in my trading career as well. I remember whenever I started trading Forex, like I said to you guys in another video, I just thought I was gonna make 30 grand out the gate. And then the process came, the real process came to where I was taking losses and going on tilt and thinking I knew everything, and then boom, a week passes and I'm just in my bed staring at the ceiling in disbelief, like, wow, I have no idea what I'm doing. What am I gonna do? Like, I'm not gonna be able to make this thing happen. And then fast forward, that's 5 years ago, that's like 4 years ago. Fast forward 4 years now, I'm still not where I want to be, and I never will be, because I'm always elevating. Trading is something that you can never peak, or might not say you can never peak, but there's never an end to it, right? There's no ceiling with this trading and that trading process, and that's what's beautiful. We're forever students of the market. But now I'm at a point where I've extracted thousands of dollars from the market. I'm still net positive or net negative, but very, very soon I'll be net positive. And I know that because it's clear in my process, because of the compounding interest that I have been putting into these markets. I've been showing up day by day. I've been taking losses. I've been rinsing and repeating my strategy. I've been testing things out. And it's just a blessing to be able to see the compound interest grow, to see the growth in my trading, and to see the growth in my running, as well as my body changing. I'm not new to working out, right? I was a college football player and I played football for about 15 years growing up, and then made it all the way to college. Played 6 years in college due to COVID. Had a very successful career in college, and I'm very proud of that. But it was all due to the compound interest and never giving up. Keeping my head down and working without even knowing where this thing was headed. I have a good feeling, and always have had a good feeling in where this thing was headed, because I know what type of guy I am, and I know what type of mindset that I have, that I will never give up on this stuff. Just because, simply referring to trading, the upside is so ridiculous and the return on investment is so ridiculous. I've seen people make this thing happen over time by not giving up. So there's no way that I'm going to give up on this dream whenever I've already seen profits and I've seen the possibilities. I've seen how scalable trading is as a business. And that's just so beautiful to me. And that's just a blessing to be able to have gotten introduced to these markets. It's a beautiful thing to be able to have a grasp on these markets and to be able to see the compounding interest of the work that I'm putting in day by day. It doesn't happen overnight. It never will happen overnight. And honestly, I think I referred to this in my last video. would you even want it to happen overnight? Because you're going to tell the story about the compounding interest, not about this Lamborghini that you're driving today, but you're going to tell the story about the times when you didn't have the Lamborghini, and everybody wants to know how you got the Lamborghini. They don't want to know that you drive a Lamborghini. They want to know how you got that Lamborghini. And how we're going to get that Lamborghini, how we're going to get the McLaren, is by compound interest, the compounding effect. Compounding interest is the eighth wonder of the world, and it stands true in my life. It will just be on another scale because, like, if you're anything like me, you want to take this thing to another level. So it doesn't matter what we do tomorrow. It matters how we do it, and it matters that we stick to that process. But the outcome does not matter. The compounding interest of focusing on the process is what matters, because over time, then when we're so locked in and so dialed in on that process, we'll be able to get handed any amount of money, and we won't even be thinking about the money, but we'll be thinking about sticking to that process. And then that's whenever we'll be desensitized to the money and become essentially money printers. And we won't even care because we are so dialed in on the process. It's just beautiful, man. Trading is awesome. It's a vehicle to allow so many other things to happen in your life, and to be able to bless your loved ones and to bless those around you, and to be able to show people that it's possible, and to not have limiting self-belief. So don't let anybody tell you that you can't do. Pretty annoying that my phone keeps cutting out because of lack of data, but don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do this thing. Do not let their limiting self-beliefs rub off on you. If you have a heart for this thing, if you have a mind for this trading thing, do not give up. But you have to put in the work. We have to put in the work and let that work compound, because compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Lose money professionally. Let's get to these millions, but let's become the best people we can be in that process. And then in a byproduct of that, the millions will flow. We'll be the money printers, but the money won't have us. Let's do it. Lose money professionally. See you guys later. That's all we got today.